Yeah.
First of all, I want to say thank you so much for participating in those games. So let's talk about that last game. So what did you think about the game? What came up for you as you were playing the game? What was going on with the game? What
was going on with the game?
So tell me what your impressions of the game were. What was going on?
Well, we really blew ours, but I think the idea was that you can improve yourself while also helping others. Maybe.
Okay, that you can improve yourself while helping others. Okay.
You're gaining, credits while they're getting credit.
Okay, so you're gaining credits as other people are getting credits. Yes, ma'am.
Sometimes the group can be too large and you become kind of a all for me.
Okay.
Just there's too many people, so I'm just going to look out for me and I'm going to do what's best for me, even if it means taking advantage of somebody who's not understanding the rules.
Okay, so oftentimes when the groups get too large,
Totally did, 100%.
right? So when groups get too large, sometimes people who don't understand the rules get taken advantage of, right? Okay, what else?
Yeah, what were the rules? I mean, there wasn't any rules, was there?
Yeah, there was one rule, which was what?
Right.
Give
Give
more
more
credits.
At all costs.
But there was no direction on how to do that.
And what we got hung up on was the credit, the number on the card, or
Right.
was it, if you have 4, you've got 5 credits?
Right.
That's where we had the disconnect. People, some of us said yes it was, and some of us, so we even were adding
So
the
what was the
numbers
answer?
different.
Everything.
Yes. Was it this or was it that? Yes. It was both. What else? Tell me about the game. Because this isn't just a game. This is in that category of game called a simulation. Yes, sir.
You it positively reinforced some groups, and back here you didn't like us very much. You just
True.
yeah, you picked on poor Nick there. Almost tried.
I apologize. That's not in my. That's not, I was playing the role. Go ahead.
There wasn't even fairness back here. I mean, I was dealt a huge stack of cards. So right off the bat, I'm at hit advantage right there.
And you gave me extra ones.
And I gave you extra
Yeah.
cards.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mine.
Tell them what you said.
Jury got dropped.
Yeah,
Even though you don't know the rules.
I wasn't going by the rules.
No, even though you don't know the rules, you still enjoy it by seeing other people playing this game.
Even though you didn't know the rules
Rules.
and they didn't know the rules, they still were playing the game.
It's having fun, yeah.
Yeah, which I find very fascinating myself.
I didn't actually care, so I didn't.
I don't think you belong in the blue group
Well,
anymore.
no, and I would echo that.
Because you weren't nice. Because you weren't nice to the group, and I just felt like I didn't care.
Okay.
And I was sitting at the end, and everyone, I don't know, I just.
Yeah, because I gave my cards away to people who were close to getting the numbers, so it was like, doesn't really matter,
Okay. Okay. Other folks.
I guess one thing that I noticed, obviously our group the two of us worked as a team, but what I did notice is once we had all of our cards gathered, Jerry came by in need of a couple cards or something, and within our group, he asked if he could have the spares of one of the sets of numbers we had, and it was kind of like, no, not real sure what the rules are, but we don't trust what you're going to do with them, so.
You're not going to be nice to the cards.
Yeah.
It's gonna get robbed again, so.
What else? What else? Yes, sir.
I started with 2 cards, so it was hard to bargain with anyone.
So starting with,
came around.
and then the group came around.
Yeah.
Okay, so how did you move from having, you ended up with how many cards?
8.
8
9.
cards, 9 cards. Wow, from 2. How did you manage to do that?
Well, somebody gave me a couple of 5s, and then I still had my 50, so I was able to trade for 6 so that we'd still break even, you'd increase in credit just for going by numbers on the cards, and then I would still increase because I would take my bonus of 20.
All right. So you changed your 50, your 150 card for more singles that led you to have more points.
Yep.
All right. Very smart. Very good. Which is why I did the 8 instead of just going to the 6. Right. So there's some method to the madness, although this game was totally what? It was totally fixed, totally made up. Who made the game up?
You did.
You made it. Who gave the rewards and the punishments?
You did.
I did. Did it really matter how hard you as an individual worked to get ahead in the game?
No.
Not really, right? Because the game was fixed from the beginning, right? So how many people started with 2 cards? How many people started with less than 10 cards? What did you notice about, keep your hands up, keep your hands up. The rest of you, just look at those folks who started out with less than 10 cards. Where were you guys sitting with your hands up? In the back, okay. Folks who had at least 20 cards, please raise your hand. All right. And where were you guys sitting?
In the front.
You were sitting in the front, and you were sitting in the back. And how come you didn't move forward?
There was more people to deal with here, so I could see what was going on, and the size mattered. I mean, I could more people to deal with here before I could go up there.
Okay. Cool, cool, cool.
Jerry, he came back.
I'm for cards no matter what.
You're the cards
You
on
were the
there.
first one I talked to.
Yeah.
Heartbreaker.
We shared to start with.
Simulation, simulation, simulation. What am I simulating?
Moving from group to group, some kind, it can be very difficult. And
Moving
one
from group
group
to
may
group.
have an advantage that the others either don't see or
Okay.
aren't aware of.
What am I simulating?
Life.
Life. What about life?
Negotiating.
You have to deal with what you're dealt.
You have to deal with what you're dealt.
It's not always fair.
It's not always fair.
You have to work with others.
You have to work with others.
The expense of the team, even if you look good, you can move up to the other group. I
Okay.
got promoted where other people got demoted.
Okay? Yeah. Did any of you, did moving up, down, or sideways, did that make you smarter? No.
More cautious.
Made you more cautious? Okay. Cautious of what?
Trading the right cards.
Trading the right cards. Because what happens if you don't trade the right cards?
Move down to the next one.
You get moved down to the next one. And did your bank account change?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, it did. No, I mean your real bank account.
Jerry gets mine.
Right.
Jerry's leaving money on the floor.
I tried to deposit it, but it wouldn't work.
You tried to deposit it, but it didn't work. So when we look at our society, this particular game is a simulation that is supposed to simulate our Western society that is built on a hierarchy that is artificial, right? So here's a story. I have a friend who works at a church. And the church, by the city standards, the church was $1.2 million. So that's the city's taxes. That's what the city assessed the property for. And so to renew their loan or something, they had to get the folks holding the loan wanted to get an assessment on the property. So they sent a guy with a camera, and a guy drove by the church, took about 2 or 3 pictures of the church, took the pictures back with his assessment of the neighborhood and of the church grounds, and made and said that the church grounds were worth $400,000. They lost $700,000 because someone took 2 pictures and a report. How does that happen? How does the city assess it at this point and someone take 2 pictures and it is worth something different?
Must be some fantastic pictures.
Must be some fantastic pictures, right? Which leads me to believe that the system is somewhat flawed, right? The system is flawed. And the system's flawed because it's made up. It's a made-up system. Now, why did this game work? If it worked at all. Why did it work?
Because people tried.
Because people tried. People participated in the game. There were some people who said that they did not participate in the game, or that their participation was passive, but no one fought against the game. No one said, I'm not playing this stupid game, this is stupid, I'm going to just sit here. No, I don't know that anybody did that. Did someone do that?
I just kind of sad.
You just kind of sat, but you didn't protest.
That is correct.
Right? You didn't protest. So the game went on because we participated. When we talk about diversity concepts and we talk about cultural competence and we talk about leadership and development, we have to understand that our participation in the system allows it to continue. All right? Good, bad, or otherwise. Good, bad, or otherwise. I want to do one more example and then I'll get to my little graphs and charts here. And I will need a male. I will need a male volunteer, and I will need a female volunteer. If I could have a male volunteer and a female volunteer, just come right up. Those categories are pretty easy to solve.
Come on, Renita.
Close. All right. So, if you can sit on the table for me, I'd appreciate it. You just sit right there. Thank you. All right, please describe for the class what you see. What is it that you see?
I see.
Yeah, what you see.
I see a lot of intelligent people.
Okay. You see a lot of interesting looking people.
I said intelligent.
Oh, intelligent. Can you be a bit more descriptive of these intelligent people?
Be more descriptive about the intelligent people.
Be more descriptive.
Okay, let's go down to other stuff.
No, just describe what you see.
I see people from different field of with the profession, like different professional fields.
Yeah.
Some are in accounting, some are in IT and nursing, and also a variety of fields, different work setup.
Okay. Physically describe what you see.
Physically,
Yeah. Describe what you see.
There's I don't know, age-wise or different.
Whatever,
different
just
age.
whatever.
And I see a few.
How many blue shirts do you see?
Oh, okay. I see 4.
See 4 blue shirts.
Really from light to dark. Yeah.
Okay, from light to dark. Glasses, how many glasses do you see?
4.
4 glasses. Cool. 4. What do you see out the window?
Couple of homes from here and tree.
Yeah, so there's a tree.
Yeah.
Okay, cool, some homes. Okay. Cool. Thank you. Stay right there, can you just slide on that? If you could. Could you please have a seat underneath the table?
Under the table.
Under the table.